I'd be right down in that area, you know.
We'll live with it, yeah. It is September 26, 2012. We are at the home of William Bill Kane
Right.
here in Evanston. Mr. Kane, thank you very much for sitting down and talking with us. Let's start out by have you give us your name and would you spell it?
Well, it's Bill Kane, Billkane.
Mr. Kane, when were you born and where?
Coggan, Iowa, 1921, December the 10th.
And where'd you go to school?
Independence.
And where were you living? You living on a farm, living in town?
In town.
And you told me earlier that you were working during this time as well. Where did you find work as you got older?
Oh, worked at Deere and a lot of farming.
Tell us what you did at John Deere.
Oh, I was a machine operator.
And when did you and Uncle Sam decide to get together?
$1942, I don't know.
43. Did you volunteer? Were you drafted?
My friend's neighbor welcomed me.
I take it that meant you got a letter from Uncle Sam saying
That I did.
that you did. What were you doing at that time?
Working at John Deere's.
When you were drafted, where did you go for your basic training?
Des Moines, Iowa.
Okay.
Well, basic training, I went to California.
You went to Des Moines to get signed in,
Yes.
get processed.
Yes.
Then where did you go from there? First of all, what service were you in?
Anti-aircraft.
And just for the record, what unit will you be assigned to as you go through the military?
I don't know. They switched me around a lot then.
You were in the First Army.
Yeah. At that time, I don't know what I was in. I was in basic training, they called it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Tell us about California.
I didn't like it.
Why not?
Hot in the summer and cold in the winter. I was right on the coast. I hated it.
How did basic training go for you?
It stunk.
You were a healthy young man?
I was in good shape, yes.
I'm going to stop. Before you went into the Army, you went into the CCC?
Oh, yeah, when I was a kid. CCC, 781 over Lamont.
What did you do in the CCC?
Build all that rock stuff over there, and all them toilets and buildings over at Lamont Backbone State Park. Them's all cut right out of the rock quarry. By slab and hauled down there and chipped and fit. I got into all of that too.
What sort of pay did you get for that?
They give me $5 a month and food and lodging, and sent 25 home.
How long were you in the CCC?
Well, I don't know, a couple of years. Yeah, it's strictly run by military.
So you had some military sort of experience before.
Well, you stood reveille and retreat and all that at the CC camp, yeah. You abided by Army rule. They had lieutenants and everything that run that. But you worked.
Did you have any training for that job?
No.
Okay.
You just had to be poor. No kids come from a poor family.
How did you get selected for the CCC?
Just go down and sign up. You had to volunteer, you know. You had to meet their criteria.
Was it good work?
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
What did you like best about it?
Huh?
What did you like best
Oh,
about
just
it?
working with the guys. It was all young, you know. And
And getting a tattoo.
then the weekend we'd all get in the car and go to town and chase girls.
That's where you got that.
Now,
Tell me the story about the tattoo. We all went in and got the tattoo.
I hear a story about a tattoo.
Yeah. Yeah.
You all went in and got a tattoo. It was supposed to be all alike. They were all different.
We was all boozed up on White Betty Ann wine. We thought we'd all get them different. Next day we was compared, and every damn one of them was different.
I thought you'd get the same, and they were all different.
Yeah. Now, who was doing tattoos back in the 1930s? Where did you find a tattoo?
At a carnival. You sat out, spent, and it was raining that night, so we touch him, and then that guy'd get a shock. He was mad at all of us.
You'd pull up your sleeve and show them that tattoo.
Hold on. Okay.
Right there.
And what is that tattoo?
That's a Pierce Hart with my name Bill on it. You can't even read it. That was put on there in 1939.
It's stayed around, hasn't it?
Yeah.
They did something right. What other things did you do when you weren't working for the CCC?
Well, we built all them toilets and restrooms and stuff over in the Backbone Park.
Let's keep talking. You went to basic training in California. Tell us a little bit about what you didn't like about California.
Basic training is rough. They're mean.
How did you and the drill sergeant get on?
Didn't very well good. Nobody did.
When you left basic training, where did you go?
I think Fort Custer, Michigan.
Don't think I've ever talked to anybody who went there. What was
Yeah.
your training there?
That was, that's all strictly military police over there. Military police.
How did you
Fort
get,
Custer.
how did you get selected to be military police?
I don't know.
You were a big guy?
No, pretty tough for a little guy.
And what was the job? Tell us what the job of a military police was.
This was combat military police.
Ah, okay.
You had to be specialists at disassembling booby traps and guns and everything else. You had to be an expert at that.
Okay, so what sort of training did you get for that?
Well, I got it there from the military. How to disassemble booby traps and guns
How do you disassemble a booby trap?
very carefully. You got to know what you're doing.
I think in his basic training, he was a very sharp shooter. He was an expert shooter and stuff, which probably
Yeah, I was
qualified
good.
for the MP.
So you got a marksman award, a ribbon.
They had a sharpshooter award. I don't know what happened to that.
From there, where did you go? What was your first assignment?
The first assignment they sent me to just out of New Orleans, guarding a prison camp. Then I got sent back Me and the first sergeant got into it down there. So they sent me back up. There was outfits shipped back out, so they sent me back up with them. And I got attached to the 304 and stayed right with them. That's a long time ago. I don't remember everything.
Do you remember going overseas?
Damn right I do.
Well,
It was rough, boy.
Tell us about it.
Boy, it's delightful, even right out of their hangars. It was that rough of water. Yeah. They had them black outdoors on, and them things fly off. It was rough. The anchor chain would actually, if it hit waves, the anchor chain and leave the floor and come back down and come back. It was that rough. Yes, I mean to tell you, picture right up there.
How did you handle the trip?
I took it pretty good until I couldn't stand up no more with somebody else's vomit.
I've heard some stories about that. Did you stay on deck or did you stay below?
You stayed down below, they wouldn't let you go on deck. It was too rough. They wouldn't let you up. It'd wash you right off. It'd wash the boats off and everything else. It was rough.
How long did it take you to cross?
I don't seem like it's 2 days. I don't remember. I really don't.
Where did you end up when you got to Europe?
Gotta stop and think of that. Went across to England. I don't remember.
You told me earlier on that you were at Casablanca.
Africa.
How
Yeah.
did you get to Casablanca?
From a ship off of out of Virginia. I don't know where I got out there.
What was your job in Casablanca?
We just went over to get the prisoners of crack troop of Rommels. Bring them back to Newport News, Virginia. And deliver them to a prison down there. And I don't know where the hell I went back to training again somewhere.
So how many times did you cross the Atlantic?
Well, you just went over and right back.
Okay.
Bring that once trip there.
Okay.
But I'd been across the other way.
Yeah.
Once and back.
What were you talked a little bit about Rommel's troops. Can you tell me what you thought of them?
Well, other than you didn't turn your back on them by any means. They were big. Well, wasn't none of them less than 6 foot. Yeah.
When you went back over, you went back to England and you started to prepare for the invasion of Normandy.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about how you prepared for that.
Well, I can't explain it. Most of everything over there was kind of, well, you was already prepared. We just sat there and waited. That's about all it amounts to. We didn't do no military training in England at all. We just stayed there and was waiting for the time to get ripe.
Did you have any idea what was going to happen?
Well, pretty good, but not quite.
What did you know before D-Day?
We knew something was going to happen because the planes was getting pretty heavy in the air. There's a lot of circulation of airplanes over England. We knew something was going to happen.
Were there any rumors or
Oh,
gossip going on?
yes, yeah. You bet, a lot of rumors, but nobody seemed to know nothing.
That time you were driving a truck?
Yeah, most of the time when I was with the MP, I drove a truck most all the time.
Tell us about the day before you went across. First of all, when did you get to When did you get to Normandy?
June 6th.
You were there on the first wave?
Yes, I was.
Tell us.
Might not have been the first wave, but the first. I was there when we landed on D-Day. Yes. Right off the fresh of the morning.
Which beach did you land at?
Omaha. Omaha Beach.
What ship did you,
I don't know.
what kind of ship did you go across?
I don't know. They call landing crafts. It take tanks and trucks. That's all I know.
How many people were in your truck?
Nobody but me.
So tell us what happened. You're on the landing tank, the landing craft. Tell us about how you got started that morning. What did you do?
You was fully clothed at that night. You went through the night fully clothed, ready to go. Then you just waited outwaited, I guess you call it. You didn't push anybody aside to make me the first one there, I'll tell you that.
You were in on the loading of the landing craft then? So when they loaded all the tanks and trucks, and you drove onto the landing craft?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I drove my own vehicle, car.
Right, we were talking about landing at Omaha. I think Bill suggested just who was on that ship and just tell us what happened. What were you thinking when you went across?
Well, I knew I was going for a landing, but I didn't know where or when. I was just going along for the ride.
Were you frightened?
No, there was no fighting on the boat. Just sitting and waiting to land.
So tell us what happened when the ramp went down.
It went down ahead of me, and they dropped off several ahead of me, but they dropped them too deep of water. Some of them went clear under. Oh yeah. That's what I said when they dropped me. I was in clear to my neck, standing up in the vehicle. Yeah. See, they have that thing waterproof with pipes up in the air.
How did you get ashore?
It got traction, it's got shore. Yeah.
What did you see when you came ashore?
Dead people all over and scattered stuff. Everything scattered. It's a mess.
Did you take any fire?
I didn't get hit with any, but I was under fire, yes. Beside me and over my head and all over. Raise your head and bullets looked like they was coming right between your eyes. But they didn't hit me, I guess.
When you got to the beach, what did you do?
They stopped me and hooked a trailer on behind me to get it out of the way. First thing, as soon as I hit the beach, they hooked that 6x6 trailer, which was loaded on behind me with a little 4x4. Give me a hell of a load. And I ended up taking that up the beach and up on the hill to the apple orchard.
Tell us how you got to the apple orchard.
There's a road that goes up there. Took it right up over, right by a sniper dead in the side of the hill. The guy had a machine gun that go up and down in the side of the hill. He'd come up and shoot out of that and then disappear again. Yeah. It took us a couple of days to find out where that was coming from.
What did it sound like? What were the noises?
Oh, I can't explain it. You'd hear a machine gun, then you wouldn't, and you'd hear some other shots, then you wouldn't. There was a gal that was sniping out of a church steeple. Took a couple of days to find that. Everything didn't just end in the one landing. That went on for a couple of days around there.
Where did you sleep the first night?
To be honest with you, I don't think I did. I don't know. I don't think I did. I don't think it was safe. I don't think I did.
Did you have an M1?
I did later, yeah, after I got to shore. My issued weapon was a .45.
Did you use it?
I did later. The Battle of the Bulge, I used it religiously because I didn't take any prisoners.
On Normandy, at Omaha Beach, you were just driving.
That's right. Well, I wasn't going to fight no war with no .45. No, I didn't even have a gun other than a .45 when I landed on the beach. I really didn't.
When you got to the apple orchard, what happened then?
I unhooked that damn trailer about the first thing. It went by and took us 2 or 3 days to find out where it belonged to even. But I wasn't pulling all over. I just unhooked it and told them where it was at.
Where was the rest of your unit then?
We all congregated. That orchard had a name. I can't think of what it is now. Champ something, I don't know. But anyhow, that's where we all congregated up on top at the apple orchard. In the record it lists as apple orchard of some kind. I don't know.
Were there casualties in your MP unit?
As far as I know, there were some, yeah, I don't know. As a matter of fact, I'm sure there was.
Once you were done at the apple orchard, what did you do next?
I don't remember. We just went a step at a time up. I don't remember just exactly how that all worked. But we kept pretty well together there. It was a company till we got further up. I don't remember how.
Did you go back down to the beach?
We did a couple of times the next day. Then when we left it, we did go back. No.
When you went back to the beach, what was it like down there?
Disaster. It was disaster. There were still pieces and parts of bodies still all over. They just kick them aside. Then they got to bury the body with backhoe or something. Just get in it had to get them out of the way. They just pile them up.
As a young man, what goes through your mind then?
Makes you wonder what the hell we're doing over there.
Was that the same apple orchard the 101st Airborne was hanging from the trees?
Yeah, they shot them out of apple orchards, yeah. He sure did. That was 101st, boy, they really caught hell.
From the apple orchard, where did you go next?
I don't know.
You said you were at San Lo?
No, that was quite a while later. Yeah. Oh, I was all over. There was nothing in Germany or Belgium I didn't hit. I mean, all big towns. I was at Liège. Hell, I was at Frankfurt, Germany. I was all over.
You told us earlier about a story about driving German nurses.
Yeah. Yeah. We had captured a hotel. That was down in Lower France. There was a hospital, I mean. And they wanted to turn them back to the Germans. And the nurses didn't want to go. And I ended up taking them up and bringing them back. 20-some miles behind German lines I was with a white flag on the truck. And by God, they never shot or there wasn't a bullet fired anywhere near us. I was leery of that, but...
So when you got to, did you actually turn them over to the German army?
I met somebody up the other end, and the nurses didn't want to get out, and they should take them back. That's all I can tell you. I don't know. But that's the way it went.
Did you travel and fight in the hedgerow country?
It was all hedgerow down there.
Tell us what a hedgerow is.
Well, it's about 4 foot tall, and it's like a hedge, bush of hedges. You have to stick your head around to see down them. You can't see over them. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
As you traveled away from Normandy, what other kind of action did you see there?
You'd hit some everywhere you went. You just had to work your way up. One town at a time. Yeah.
So when you got to a town, kind of what was your normal job? What did you normally do?
Usually try to meet somebody on the outskirts to talk to see. Usually you'd find a squealer and tell you he's a strict German and he ain't a strict German. And you could find. It didn't take long to find that out.
So you were kind of a judge and jury.
That's right.
What did you do when you found people who might still be German sympathizers?
If I didn't run them in, I'd call somebody that would. Yep.
Now you also said you, when you came into towns, you took over the town. One of the first places that everybody liked to go was where?
Oh, we'd head for the basements, yeah, looking for booze. That's what I said. If they'd have poisoned the liquor, they'd have killed all of us. No, I ain't kidding. I'm serious. Hell, I always had 2/5 of Calvados or cognac in my truck, you know.
Now you also told us that you were issued whiskey. Tell us about
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Nobody believed that, but
Tell us why that was.
I don't know. For nerves, I guess. I'd never heard of it. People think I'm crazy, but by God, I got a 5th of whiskey.
Where did you get it from?
From our company. It come from our company. And that's a God's truth. May nobody believe it, but it's a God's truth.
Did it help?
I didn't drink it. I gave it to the other guys. I drank just something strong.
Well, now you were in France, so when you went into those basements, you found what? Wine, beer?
Cognac, Calvados. We didn't hardly drink none of their wine. We went for that strong stuff. Light a match to it and give you a blue flame. I mean it. Calvados, cognac. Oh yeah, hell, I can drink that stuff right straight.
So you became a connoisseur.
You might say that. Yeah.
When you traded whiskey or cognac, what did you trade for?
I didn't trade for nothing.
Oh, okay.
I just take it.
Did you trade with other troops?
No, I didn't get my liquor. Hell no, what I got was mine.
Some of them sellers had fine.
Let them get their own. Let them get their own.
I thought you had maybe a little marketplace going on the side.
Oh no, it's too busy there. If you had something, you hung on to it and go on to the next town.
When you went into these towns, where did you sleep?
When you went into it, you didn't sleep. That's one thing you damn sure wanted to be awake. Till you went one end of town to the other. I'd take one hand grenade, but I'd take 3 hand grenades and make one.
How does that work?
I'd unscrew them and fill them up with powder. Clear full. When I got into town and threw the hand grenade, it sounded like a bomb dropped. The other guy got done with poof. Hell, hey, Kane must be down there. I did. I loaded it. They told me I couldn't do that, but I could.
How did the French people react when you came and took their town?
I got along real good with them, all of them. There wasn't any that I didn't meet that always didn't welcome me back. I mean it. Not seriously. There at Herberstall, welcome around if it hadn't have been for that family when I got loose from the Battle of the Bulge. Took me 3 days to get back there. I went in the back door. There were Germans in the bottom floor. They put me up in the 3rd floor, carried a pot and water and everything for me till the Germans got pushed back.
And where was this?
Herberstall, Welkenrath, Germany. Herberstall on one side, Welkenrath the other. That's a Belgium and German line. Right there.
And there was a term that you were used back then. It was called yo-yo. What is yo-yo?
Oh! Yeah. Yeah, they called me up. I was surrounded and didn't know it. Called me up the phone. Kane, you're yo-yo. Yeah, what the hell do I do now? You're a yo-yo. What the hell are you talking about? You're on your own. Get the hell out of there. Do what you... Oh, Jesus, what's happened? You're completely surrounded. Says you're on your own. Well, I was too. You look on your map. There's a Spa, Malmedy, and Huey. I think there's a little town named Huey up there. I was right up in there all by myself.
Who took you in?
I went in there myself.
There was a family that helped hide you.
But I met this family going up through, and I knew if I get back there, but I didn't expect Germans to be in the bottom of the house. But I come in, he had a leather shop, and I went around, and I come in, he's back, and boy, I thought he turned us like that. Oh, man, oh, Bill, oh, good. He had a hallway there, took me to the hallway and up the stairs. You be quiet, Nazis down there, And they carried that for me for a couple of weeks, sir. Yeah, I was missing for a couple of weeks. But the street right down there, I could look out that window and see those bastards going by. Nothing I could do. Yeah. Oh well. Water over the dam.
Why did they take you in and protect you?
Huh?
Why did they protect you?
They didn't like the Nazis. Yeah. They had 3 or 4 nice-looking girls, and the German guys molested them, and they was, you know, there's a lot of reasons, I guess. But they couldn't fight them, you know.
I understand out in the field, when you were out in the field during the Battle of the Bulge, it was cold.
Oh, Jesus. Well, they sent us up there with these goddamn little jackets like he got there. And they gave the Russians, they had them great big overcoats. You look at the movie, you see. They had them great big overcoats for a horse blanket. We had them little light goddamn things. I don't know what kept us from freezing to death. I really don't. I told Billy we'd stack all our rifles in a stack. Everybody pee on them. I'm serious. That's fluctuations. You get that salt in that thing and it wouldn't freeze. You had never heard that? That's a fact, Jack. You'd have been dead to ass if your gun didn't work.
I've heard that bodies were, guys would
Oh, just, and they'd load them just like you'd load fence posts, crack and pieces break. You don't know unless you heard squeaky body being loaded too.
Squeaky body?
Well,
Right,
throw
like fence posts.
so like fence posts, just throw them right on top of each other. No blankets in between or down there. There's another one. Oh, I'm serious.
How cold was it when you were there?
Well, I don't know. Let's put it this way, damn cold.
Where did you sleep when you were there?
Sitting up mostly, if you slept. You didn't dare build a fire too much.
Where did you cross the Rhine River?
I crossed the Rebounded Bridge. I was one of the last person over that. I was stationed at Plot, Germany, which is south of it, and then up across, which is just below Frankfurt. Yeah, across the Rebounded.
Once you got into Germany, where did you go?
I don't know, I was all over.
What were some of the things that you were doing as you were, because you had to be sort of at the front end of.
I was ahead of the whole thing all the time. Wherever the fight was, that's where I was at.
Still driving a truck?
Well, and I had to just advance. I'd drive that up there and park it and go on my own, and I was kind of a, I don't know what you would call it, spy, I guess you'd call it.
Did you speak German?
No.
Okay.
Did I speak German? Yeah, I could speak enough to get by.
Right.
Same way with France. I throw both around pretty good.
And you got injured during this time. You took a fall.
Oh, yeah. I'm being strafed. This little one picture's got that little Polak in it. He was riding in the back of my truck. we'd been after some rations for the company. I heard him holler, "Bew, bew, bew." Look around, Nazis, Nazis, they come and peel off to strafe me. And I had a canvas over the back, but not over the driver's seat. I went up over there, I caught a ring on the thing of the rear view mirror, and dove down in the ditch and I hit flush face right into a stump. The tanks had been running over the left. So I didn't know it for several days. I'd been unconscious. And I pulled my teeth out. Yeah, when I come to, I thought I'd been shot. I didn't know what happened. All I remember, Nazis were shooting at me, and when I come to, I thought they'd hit me. What the hell am I doing here? Hit you, knocked all your teeth out. Shit, they had to feed me through the straw for a long time. But right back at her.
Now, I think your grandson said you pistol whipped the records.
Did what?
Pistol whip?
Pistol whipped or what?
Records. That you got the doctor to let you go back to your unit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This Drummond saw enough of me, he sent 2 drivers and a truck clear across Germany to pick me up.
Tell us about Drummond.
That's all I know about it. He was just one hell of a nice guy. Boy, he was a big guy. God damn him, yeah.
Should tell you about getting under the
Jerry cans.
She was too fat.
He what?
Well, we got the jerry can story.
Oh. Yeah. Next day I was a corporal.
How did that happen?
See, there was a shortage of gas cans over there. They tell us he got on my case. He said, "Pick up something. Go out and get some jerry cans." So, Jesus, we're right up where they were shooting at people, you know. Go on the road, pick up gas cans. What the hell you? So I took his goddamn command car. I did. Me and another guy, we went out. I got I remember 6 or 8 them flat gas cans. Just throw them in there. Took them up. He had an office there, and I said, "Welcome, right?" I drove right up to his door, and I opened the door and kicked him out right against his door. About half plastic. Lieutenant Dolan, he's in one of them pictures there. He said, "Kane, you know what you're doing? Well, you wanted the gas cans there, you got them." Well, he said, you're good court-martialed over." Next day I was corporal.
But you got your stripes back.
Huh?
You got your stripe back.
I didn't have any when I done that.
Oh, okay.
I got my stripes then.
Right.
Yeah, he noticed me then.
Did you make any real close friends, buddies, as you were going across Europe?
Not with, you know, the humans. You mean the beings there? No, not really.
They were supposed to get under a vehicle because they were getting shot at, but he was too fat and the old skinny got under and Drummond.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We was coming back to the hospital one night. I wouldn't be surprised he had a few nips too. He didn't say it, I didn't question. Because I always had mine with him. The guys down at the hospital had 190 proof alcohol. We mixed a grape. Well, you get a charge out of that. Anyhow, we was coming back and goddamn Krauts, they seen us driving just with night lights on her. Anyhow, flew overhead and they dropped one of them incendiary flares. We pulled off the road. I hid under, the damn thing flew away from us. I hid under the weapons, or his command car. He tried to get in and he couldn't, he's too big. The next day I laughed. Couldn't get your big ass under there, could you? Yeah, you little bastard. That's the way we talk to each other. Boy, I tell you, talking to officers, they was pricks over here, but they found out 1 or 2 days overseas, they didn't talk like that, or they didn't get back. It didn't take them long to know that. You don't take no bullshit over there, and they found that out in a hurry.
Did you ever move with Patton, General Patton?
That's where I went over that Third Army, St. Lo.
Tell us about that.
Well, that's when they just sent me over there to see why they couldn't get into St. Lo. Well, I said, ain't you got, what do you call it, one of them fire guns? Yeah, well, shoot in that hole, I'd get rid of that. And they did, they went right into St. Lo then.
You ever see Patton?
Yeah, I see it.
What was he like?
Oh, he's just ordinary looking, he was too.
Did, how long, you just went over to St. Lo for that short time?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more. As the war was coming to an end, where were you in Germany?
I was up where the Hugh was bombing the spa, up above, I don't know, it's way up to the point there.
As you were traveling, how far ahead of the regular troops were you? I mean,
It would vary. It would vary. I'd go off one angle, then I'd circle around the other one. I'd play different ways. It's hard to really tell it.
And again, what were some of the things you were doing as you were heading out?
Well, I'll tell where different building was and this and that on telephone, see us. Yeah. And I'd direct aircraft. I directed some so close to me, it knocked me right on my own butt.
So
Yeah.
you were a forward observer.
Yes. I was, like I said, whatever it says, escort guard. That's just what it amounted to, too. You know, a lot of people can't read it that way, but that's just what I was.
When you called in, when you saw something and called something in, how did that take place? What was sort of the procedure?
Oh, I don't know. We had our own codes, and well, I had a map, and they had maps. I'd give map numbers and azimuth and degrees. I can't tell you all that now, but I mean, yeah, I had it down pretty bad. I could pinpoint that stuff right on the nets here.
And how did you know there were Germans in this place or that place?
Well, you could take it slow and easy. You may spend a few hours and wait for somebody to walk around, or this one that stuck me in the belly, he was hiding in a closet. He thought he was hiding from me, but I'd cleared the end of town, opened the closet, there he was in there with a bayonet on. There was no hospital around there that time. Up to 3 days they stuck me there. I still had a hole in me when I got back to the Belgium's house.
You had said earlier that that you and your 45 took no prisoners. What was that about?
It's just what I said. I used to take prisoner to take them back, but after I seen these 8 guys stand out in a church lawn and definitely shot right there, I never took another prisoner. That ended that as of then. They might have been wonderful fellows, but I seen that the party was over.
When you were heading down towards the end of the war, a lot of that area had concentration camps or prisoner camps. Did you?
No.
Okay. Did you ever go by any of the Jewish camps?
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. I seen some of the railroad cars too that they shipped the Jews in. The exhaust holes cut in the lower part. All of them are stinky places. Yeah.
Since you were part of the escort, were you some of the first Americans to get into these places?
Into what?
Into the death camps?
Well, I don't know. There'd be people in them before me.
Americans in it?
Yeah. As far as I know, I don't know. Them places I hated to go to them because they smell of death. You ever been one? You know what I'm talking about.
Were there any Jews left inside there when you got there?
No. To my knowledge, anyhow.
Any other memories of those camps?
Not that I ever remember.
How did the German people, the families, the small towns, how did they react to you when you would come in?
You'd meet some that was very good, and I befriended some there that just treat me like a king. Go over next door and they'd say, "Watch out for so and so." They was belonged to the Nazi clan strict. So you had to watch out what you did. Put in a hole. They was all right, considering what they was going through too. They had to keep a side of one side or the other.
Did you have to worry about there being people who, even when the war was over, that people were trying to kill you or harm you?
I never thought of that or never worried about it.
Where were you when you learned that the war that Germany had surrendered?
I was at this Belgian people there, over so up around. Yeah.
How did you celebrate that?
I went back up and I walked back up. Got my vehicle, which was clear back up again by Spa and Bombay. And it took me a couple of days to find out where some of my others was gone to, see? Because I didn't have no communication or nothing with me then. Because when I left back there and go, I didn't take nothing that would do them any good if they captured me. And that's what I figured they were going to do too. So I didn't have nothing.
You told us about the one time you came into the house and the Nazis were in the front room. Were there other times that you almost got captured?
Yeah, I've had some close ones. Yeah, this house, when the war ended, I mean, they was staying downstairs. And here I am on the third floor, and I was carrying water, and you know, these big old bowls. Yeah. I paid them pretty damn good for that, though. The war was in it. I had some extra money in my truck that was left right in there. So I paid them building people pretty good.
What was their name?
I could TJ something to Halen or to Jellen or something like that. Wonderful people. He was a shoe cover, worked on leather and stuff. Yeah.
Did you ever contact them after the war?
No, my mother wrote to him, and as far as I know, I don't think she ever got an answer.
Were you scheduled to go out to the Pacific and fight Japan?
I got hurt right at the last. I forget what it was. I got out of the Army hospital, and that's why I said Drummond sent 2 men clear across Germany to come get me. Otherwise, I'd have been shipped to Japan, yes. They didn't give a damn who he was. I had about all I wanted.
Let's just turn this off for a second. What is this, Mr. Kane?
This is a flag my mother had in her window. She had 5 of them.
And she had 5 of them, so tell us why she had 5 of them.
Because she had 5 boys in service.
And tell us about each one of them, if you would, sir.
I can't do it. I don't know.
Don't know. And while you were gone, she also wrote some poetry.
Oh. Yeah?
Would you feel like reading one of them?
I can't read.
Okay.
I'm blind in one eye and can hardly see out of the other.
Okay. What we will do is we will put this on the end of the videotape so that
Okay.
somebody has it. Okay?
Okay.
That's very good. When did you come back to independence?
What do you mean?
When did you come back to the United States after the war?
Oh. I was discharged 28th of September, I think it was.
Yep.
Is that it, 28th?
It looks like it. It says you were in
It
the
was
service.
Halloween, I know. When I was on the train, they was celebrating Halloween. Ain't it?
Yep. And what was it like coming back home?
I got off the train and went a damn soul to meet me. No, I'm serious. Not a soul.
Where did you go?
Well, it's the train depot is a block from the tavern in Independence. That's the first stop. And I got them to working overtime.
When you finally got to your mother's home, what was her reaction?
I didn't go there. I went to my first wife's mother, and I lived with them. Believe that or not, see. Oh, the hell, good guy. Now that picture there.
Why don't you hold it up for us?
Oh, that's, yeah, I haven't seen that for a long time.
Turn it around. Okay, and who are these good-looking guys?
All three of them drove truck for the MPEG.
Okay.
All three of them.
And you were, which one?
One of the helmet way down over his head.
Okay.
Over here, I guess. I can't see
Okay.
it. Set. Hey!
Yeah, I can't get it to focus.
No.
I'm gonna set it on your head here.
Yeah.
Don't turn your head, and that way they won't see what other
Hey!
outfit it is. I'm sorry.
Looks pretty good on you.
Yeah, thanks.
Let me see. Get it adjusted. Just a, there.
I don't need to know everybody else. This is probably a statewide MP.
It's,
Military prick.
MPs were not well liked.
No, they wasn't.
Why was that?
Because they had their job to do, but some of them would be absolute dinks. These guys has been in, out. They needed to relax. Some of them would go overboard, but there's a limit to that.
it's not his outfit.
Me being an uncommissioned officer,
That is.
Yeah.
you see these white on that helmet? Going into combat, you didn't have that big MP on or anything. Up in the war zone, they wanted me to have a white stripe on the back of my helmet.
Why is that?
That's what I asked them.
And the answer was?
It'll be on there when you can see it.
He'd take mud and cover that up because the helmet was the target.
You're
Yeah,
damn
yeah,
right.
yeah.
That did.
Yeah.
I'm here today to prove it. Yeah, well, how would you like to go into war with a goddamn white all over your helmet? Why, sit and duck. Jesus Christ! No,
Almost as bad as having a big red cross on there, right?
yeah. Here I am. Come shoot me.
He'd take mud or whatever it took to cover up that stripe.
It didn't take very much. Bill, I gotta go to use truck. I could have it's about anything I wanted. I had the authority that I could go up to another company and demand a vehicle from them. So I had transportation all the time.
And you are the first MP escort guard that I've interviewed, and I understand better what your job was. I mean, you were a forward observer in many cases.
Oh, that's what we was.
Yep. Yep.
As a matter of fact, we more or less okayed it for the troops.
Yep.
We didn't want to sit them up there, let them get shot.
So I have heard.
It would surprise you. If they didn't have an outside observer, they'd be walking right into a goddamn barricade up there. It's best that they know it. I tell you what saved a lot of that crap is us guys and then artillery. They slop that artillery up there 5 miles, you know. They'd be up there with think they're going to sell out. The guys, they come up there and they lop a big mortar over there, you bet.
And how close would some of those mortars be to you?
Oh, I've been knocked down by the order of my own. I've had a helmet drove right down on my head. No, I'm serious. That's a hell of a concussion. They go up within a few hundred feet of you, boy. I had to go clear through that band, you know, on the top, clear down, clear on through.
Any other stories, Mr. King?
I don't know. I think I've told enough. Too many.
What was the most scary, frightening situation you were in? When did you think you weren't going to get out?
Actually, when they called me yo-yo, you're surrounded, I didn't think I'd come back out of that. I really didn't. That's why I played it real cautious. I didn't come blustering out of there. Good thing I didn't come out where they could find me, because they wasn't taking any prisoners in either. See? That's why I told you. After I seen our troop, there in that church lot, 8 guys stood there and shot down. I know, no more of that going on now.
And ask the other side, what was the funniest, the best time?
I don't remember how it all come about. What is, we were all sitting in the captain's command car. That was down below Paris, France. I'd went it into a brewery on the Rhine River. I did this with a company command car. Got a whole goddamn case of what do you call that stuff? No, that they sprinkle over people's head.
Holy water.
Huh?
Holy water? No.
No, they drink it, but it's high-priced stuff.
Champagne?
Champagne, there you go. There was a place on the Rhine River that bottled champagne. And I found out about it. So I took Captain Drover's goddamn command car. I go get about 4 cases of champagne. So we're sitting in his command car drinking champagne. God damn it. Somebody set off a bomb somewhere close by there, and we threw champagne all over that son of a bitch. We couldn't take it back to him that way. I saw this out there trying to clean up his command car 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. God. He laughed about it later, but he wouldn't have laughed that time if he'd seen it. Oh, hell. Yeah.
Sounds like Captain Drummond was a fairly good guy.
He liked you or he didn't like you. He was that kind of guy. You didn't want to try to pull any hanky on him. No, that's like, I kicked them cans out right in the goddamn door. There's your goddamn jerry can. And Lieutenant Nolan come, Jesus Christ, Bill, you know what you done? Yeah, I know what I done. He wanted these goddamn gas cans. I was about half plowed yet there. There you got them. Next day I was corporal. God damn you. Surprised you ain't.
Did you get to Paris?
Yeah, oh yeah.
What was Paris like after the liberation?
Well, I could take you, I could show you. Just 1 block off of Main Street of Paris. It goes up to Arc de Triomphe, such. There's a street over there, they call it Pig Isle. That's what it is too. That's for all the girls. Right, 1 block right off Main Street in Paris. And they don't make no bones about it. These little kids in France and Germany. Soldier, come to my house. Sure, chocolate. My mommy, she good. They did. I ain't lying. Some of the damnest stuff.
You want you to come sit down here, sir.
No,
This stuff might not have it.
I'll tell you what,
With the-
I wouldn't take a lot for what I went through, but I wouldn't, would I ever go through it again.
Bill has been with me here for 6.5
When you got
years.
back
Son that's here now,
10 years later,
he got a real rip
Yeah.
from some woman.
15
that took me
years
down
later,
$54 like
did
he
you ever
was
stop
about,
and
but
think
Billy
about
Clayton and
what you
Love
went
Shack
through or
out here in
how big of a
Fayette.
story that was?
Could show it to you,
No,
you wouldn't
I
believe
never
it.
thought of it.
When did
And
you
my
start
husband had
talking
just
about,
passed away, and he was a friend of,
Well,
when did you start talking about your, telling your stories, talking about your experiences? Did you?
Oh,
well, he
I
had
did
gone
ever
through
tell all of them.
everything and how he was
Maybe once in a while I'd say one. I never went to extreme. So.
So when did you start telling Bill or young Eric? When did you start talking to them about him?
And this
I don't know.
here has always taken
I didn't tell you all the time, did I, Bill?
No, you didn't tell them very often.
the other girls.
Once in a while, if you're around your buddies playing cards or about half tanked up, you might get into a war story, but other than that, he's pretty suppressed about
I
it.
tried to see him sitting down in that.
I think later on after the Gulf War, when all these people were claiming they had the Gulf War syndrome and all that, hell, they didn't go through nothing, he says. And what I had to go through, he said, Jesus, they wouldn't survive.
Yeah, and they pay them for that.
By myself, so I made up.
Didn't nobody follow my footsteps.
I'm here by myself.
And why was World War II different? Why did World War II vets get treated differently?
I don't
He
know.
thought about it and he did.
I really don't know.
Tougher times.
No. And
When you got back, what did you
we've
do?
been taking care of each other. See,
You know, I should have went back to John Deere's,
I just worked
By
on
time
my
went on.
house here and paid
but I
rent
didn't.
and didn't know. Now I got to pay.
I started a sand and gravel business in Independence. I hauled gravel all over down there, all contractors had whole wine. I had all that tied up. And then the guy come along and offered, wanted to buy that out, so I sold that.
He was one of the fortunate ones that received a Dear John letter while he was overseas.
That did what?
Dear John letter?
Come back, his wife.
Oh, yeah, Dear John.
He's on the hospice now.
Yeah, my
He
daughter
lived with her parents.
A week ago.
3 months old.
Hospital for about 3 days, but
When she went in, she was
come back.
practically 3 years from the first before I seen her again.
And I hope I can keep me that way for a little while longer.
So she sent you a letter while you were in Germany?
Well, I was in California yet. That's why I say I volunteered for hazardous duty.
We're good friends, but
And I got it. I did. It made me feel bad. Yeah, my hazardous duty, boy. Don't ever do that unless you want to get the rough spots. But I sure as hell got rough duty. Don't think I did. There ain't too many that live through what I did. I'll be honest with you there.
So
I kicked my own ass a lot of times.
Anything else?
No, that's up to you.
We worked hard.
And I hope
I guess that just thinking about your stories and what you've told us is that most people in the Army marched down a road, drove down a track, did something.
Yeah.
Your world was all different.
Yeah,
Somebody that was really
I had a variety.
interested.
You're right. Never heard nothing out of military police come out of the, like buying anyhow. They stand in the corner directing traffic.
This way.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I hated doing that.
Did you have to do that on occasion?
Oh, yeah, we have. That's why I say I hated it.
6.5 years. I knew when my husband.
Mr. Kane, thank you for your time, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you for your service. Have a